Hello, everybody, and welcome to LordsGaming.net. My name is LordPDTV. I'm the CCO and head of our YouTube department here at Lords of Gaming. Now, I wanted to talk to you all about Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, you've probably seen it. It is a huge sensation. So many people are playing it right now, and there's some damn good reasons for it. Now, what I'm going to tell you about Monster Hunter Wilds is that this game has added a new mechanic to it to really make it enjoyable. Now, what they ended up doing was they ended up making this. Well, they've always had a wound system, but now you can actually implement that wound to produce more damage to the monsters that you're going through. Now, the story for Monster Hunter Wilds is actually it's a two-parted kind of story. Now, I want to tell you that the first half of the story that you're going to end up playing is, this really symbiotic kind of walkthrough to the game itself. It's going to teach you how to play the game. It's going to teach you the basic mechanics. It's going to teach you how to fight the monsters. And it felt very easy going through when playing the game. Now, eventually you're going to get to a point where you're going to beat a monster. I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't played. So you're going to eventually beat this monster. You're going to see your credits roll, and then you're going to see what I like to call the back half or the second half or the higher end of Monster Hunter Wilds. The reason why I call it that way is because that second half, it's actually a lot harder than people think it is. And that second half is actually, it's got more of the meat and potatoes. It's got more of the weight of the game. You have a huge enjoyment of going from point A to point B in the game itself because of the story, but then you're going to end up, like I said, getting to this end portion, which is going to be more challenging, and it's going to give you more enjoyment to the game. And that's something that I really like doing. Now, I probably have close to about 35, 40 hours in the game right now, and I can tell you that I don't see myself stopping playing Monster Hunter Wilds because it has this this feeling that you have of enjoyment when you're beating a big monster or you're hanging out with your friends, and it feels really good. Now, the multiplayer itself is great. Now, the multiplayer itself, there's no meeting zone like you have in the others, but you have your base camp, which is kind of like a group area where you can see other people running back and forth. In this open, it feels kind of quote unquote open world in that aspect. But if you party group with friends, I have yet to see them in town. I don't know if that's just because we're all the way you join through SOSs. You really don't have like this quote unquote meeting place before you go out. Now, I really think that will be fixed in the future, and they've already spoken about it. And they ended up fixing it in Monster Hunter Worlds a little bit later. So you're going to end up seeing that fixed. As for the multiplayer aspect, it's really, really nice to have for the later on game and for playing out with, your friends. Because I think that that's where the most enjoyment you get is hanging out and playing with your friends on Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the graphics. The graphics are spectacular. And, I wouldn't expect anything less coming from Capcom. Now, the graphics are really good for the monsters themselves and their abilities and the effects of the ground and things like that. I've had maybe one or two stutters in my computer when trying to play this, and the reason for that is probably because there's so much graphics going on, and because my computer is just like, it's like, whoa, like what is going on? And I know that there's a performance issue that has been spoken about within the game, and there's already been plans for that to be fixed. So I don't think that's going to be an issue for what we're going to see in the future. As for the gameplay is very similar to the other versions of Monster Hunter Wild or Monster Hunter franchise. People are going to complain that weapons are too slow or this is going to be too slow. They gave each weapon a unique ability and unique feel when you're playing with that weapon. hence why each one feels different. So if you're having a huge hammer in your hands, it's not going to swing fast. When you have the dual blades, it's going to move quickly. I preferably use sword and shield because I like the ability to move fast, to be able to block quick, and be able to, react more based on my twitch reflexes. So overall, I really feel that the game really is well, put through and well done. I'm hoping to see if they're gonna and how they're gonna end up keeping the longevity in it. Last time they had an expansion for the game itself. They also had other versions of the game. I should say crossovers with the game, kind of similar to like Final Fantasy 14 while playing. So I'm really intrigued to see how they're going to end up incorporating that stuff. So all I could say is I'm very proud that Capcom was able to give us a copy to be able to play it a little early and kind of be able to bring a better review to you all. So thank you for that. And as always, please make sure you hit that subscribe button here. My name is Lord PDTV. I personally am on YouTube and Twitch.tv on my own channel on every single Monday through Friday. Check out our articles on lordsofgaming.net. I appreciate you all for coming to check us out. Thank you all, and have a good day. Bye, everybody.